This is such a pleasure to welcome you here to On the Road to Rock. You are what I would consider a unicorn of an interview. I wanted to have you on for some time, and it's come to fruition. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's good to see you.
Well, it is. This is tremendous, and I know it's a busy time and a crazy time for you, but in a good way. The new album, Powerzone, comes out here in about a month, right before Halloween. So we've already got 3 videos out, a lot of excitement, a lot of buildup. How are you feeling here as we're kind of into the home stretch to the album release here?
I'm very excited, but yes, like you said, very, very busy. So everything's like 100 miles per hour at the moment. I'm trying to get everything done, as well as trying to set my tour up as well, because I go on tour a couple of days after the release. So everything is manic, but yeah, I'm very excited.
Just talk about this journey for you before we kind of get into the new album and stuff. I kind of discovered you doing covers on YouTube, and I thought that there was so many great ones, and like that's kind of how I discovered you. But talk about kind of that journey for you from kind of that point to now the solo venture, which is gaining a lot of momentum, and people are pumped. You released an album a year ago, and the content's just continuing. So just talk about what this journey's been like for you the past 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, it's been pretty mad. So I started doing YouTube covers like quite a while ago, but I didn't think anything of it. It was just because I wanted to sing songs that I've grown up on or I've loved, and I wanted to give them a go and just sing them and do my own take on them. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to start a YouTube channel, give it a go, see what happens. Didn't think anything of it. And then Danny Rexon, the singer from Crazy Licks, contacted me because he discovered the cover that I did of Edge of a Broken Heart by Vixen. And he was looking to do this project with Frontiers where he was bringing that female rock back today that was like big in the 80s, because he felt like it was missing in the market today. And he asked me if I wanted to demo some tracks that he'd written to see if I would suit the project. And obviously growing up loving that style of music, I was like 100%. So it went on from there, really. I did the demos. Frontiers and Danny were really happy with how it was sounding. And then we got to work on the first album. The first album kind of went down pretty well. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how it was going to go, but it went really well. And then just like a flash, I'm already promoting the second album.
Absolutely. And Danny Rexon, he's been a guest on this show. I think every Crazy Licks member's been on this show. I'm a huge unabashed fan of Crazy Licks. I think that their last 3 albums are as good as anything I've heard in rock in some time. So just talk about that collaboration with Danny. He seems to be someone he's got a vision for what he wants, and he has, he knows the sound, and knows how to get it. So with you, do you feel like that kind of he steered you in a certain direction as far as stylistically and the songs, or do you feel like it was more of a collaborative effort, that this is the direction that you wanted to go as well?
He's 100% got that feel for the style that we've gone down, and he's very good at writing those styles of songs. But to be completely honest with you, it's the style that I have always wanted to go down, and having him now write these songs that I feel are perfectly suited for me, it's just been amazing. It's been a really good experience because he and I kind of have the same vision. So when he's putting things to me, it's how I've been envisaging it as well. Can't even get my words out, but if you know what I mean. Yeah, we bounce off each other really, really well. So everything he's come up with, I've loved. And if I've bounced stuff back to him, he's like that as well. So yeah, we just had the same vision from the get-go. So we work really well together.
Well, there's a natural progression here, it seems like, from the last album to this one. This one, I always like songs and music and albums, in this case, that kind of take you to a time and a place. And to me, Chez, I'm sure you've heard this a lot, maybe you haven't, but to me, this is the ultimate summer album. And I know we're coming out of summer. I'm a summer guy. So it's kind of a bummer. Like, I live in the Midwest in the United States, so it's like it's about to get cold and I don't even want to go there. But this is a summer album, especially the last video, The Things We Do When We're Young in Love, absolutely screams 80s summer, everything that I'm about, everything about from my childhood. So do you feel like that's kind of a theme here, or is that just something I've kind of invented out of nowhere?
Oh no, 100%. It definitely has summer vibes. I feel like the style that I'm going down is the kind of uplifting summer
Yeah.
going on long drives, having parties, that kind of stuff. And I do feel like we were quite lucky in the sense that we got the things we do when we're young in love out just before summer ended. I was like,
Right.
yes, come on.
Yeah, it was making me long for. I was like, wait, the summer's almost over. Now I want to go back and do all these things. Like, yeah, I love that. And obviously the video you did before that, which is I Just Want You, which is probably, it's garnered so much attention. And I want to ask you about that because that video maybe introduced you to your first battle with internet trolls, shall we say. You had to sort of go to battle for this video. And to me, this song is maybe my favorite song that you've done so far. It's hard to rank them. I think this song is tremendous. The video is awesome. Our buddy Jens there from Crazy Lex, I think, appears in it. And it's, so do you think that people, that the problem they had with it was sort of the sexual nature of the video, or was it the fact that you yourself had some moments where you're sort of scantily clad in the video? What was people's problems with this video, Shez?
I'm not sure because I love it.
I love it too.
I don't know. So like, obviously, like Danny and I are trying to hit on, the old 80s style music videos as well as the music. And it's the style that I've looked up to. So obviously, like you've got Lita Ford and Cher, and they all had, this image that I've always loved. And when Danny asked me what kind of route I wanted to go down, I hit on all these amazing women. And I was like, do you know what? It's what I've always wanted to do. I want to try and hit on that as well. So I don't know why people are, come on, you've seen worse. Come on.
I mean, I see this kind of,
you go down the beach. Come on.
And to me, I love those kind of evocative videos. Like I go back to when I was a kid. I remember seeing the video for Billy Idol's Cradle of Love, and I was young, and I'm just like, I don't know what this is, but this is awesome. I want to be in that world. Okay, I was like 6 years old. I didn't know what I was seeing, but like that kind of thing here, I think that there's a lot of different references in this video. There's like references to Flashdance and homages to the 80s in general. This is something that I think that is missing, just a powerful female voice. And I think that it was great. I think it was well done, tastefully done. I can't believe that in 2022 we'd have people battling it, but I say if you have some haters out there, that it's better than apathy. So this is good. Maybe this is a good thing overall.
It's a good thing. It gets people talking, I guess. But honestly, I absolutely loved doing it. I found it quite empowering for me because it's what I've always wanted to do, and I never thought that I could. Looking up to people like Lita Ford and Cher, I've looked at it and we've gone, do you know what? They look amazing, and I don't think that I could ever do that. But you know what? I stepped out of the box and I did it, and it felt so empowering, and I just loved every second of it. So, you know what? If it's for me, it's for me. If it's not for people who are watching my like the video, then don't watch the video, just stick the earphones in and listen to my voice instead.
Well, it's all good. I love imagery is so important to me when it comes to music. I'm a visual guy. I grew up listening, like Kiss and Wasp and Motley Crue and Alice Cooper, and those bands grabbed me visually. And this is just all part of it. I think that this style of music is so powerful, and you've amassed yourself with some tremendous musicians. Just kind of talk about the people that have been working with you, because I think that guitar solo and I Just Want You is it's just melting. And I think that that's been a huge catalyst to maybe the success of these videos, and hopefully this album is the musicianship, because it's top notch here.
Yeah, so Danny's done everything on the albums. He's done all the instruments apart from some saxophone that's in the albums. He's done everything. He's just a very multi-talented guy. And he just knows how to do style of music. He's something else. When it comes to this style, he is something else.
What is it about this style? Because I always tell people in America that maybe haven't been introduced to bands like Crazy Lex or Heat or Eclipse or you that the best American rock and roll is coming from Europe right now, whether it be Sweden, the UK, Germany. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that America is a little bit lost right now, and why do you think it's important for this style of music to make its way to America so people hear it over there as well?
Sure, I really don't know. I don't understand why this music has kind of got a bit lost, because I absolutely love it. I think it's really uplifting. I know that music these days has completely changed, and I think that's what Danny and I are trying to do. We're trying to bring that, that old 80s style back a bit, because it's what I love, it's what he loves. And you talk to people and they're all like, it's missing, they're going back to listening to the old school albums all the time, but we're trying to bring it back today and do like a new approach on it. And I just don't understand how it's ended up getting lost, but you are completely right. It's like a lot of Swedish people tend to know how to write this style of music.
I know, I hate to stereotype, but my goodness, they just seem to have it figured out. And gosh, it's crazy because I'm such a Crazy Looks fan, and they were supposed to be here at Monsters on the Mountain here in the United States in Tennessee. And I made this plans to go, and their visas didn't come through and they had to pull out, which is so sad. And I was like, so it's like my bucket list. One of these days, maybe we get a package of you, Crazy Licks, and Heat, or some bands that we can just get to America. And I don't know why they make it so difficult. Like work visas, and I don't want to make any crazy statements, but there's ways to come into America that aren't exactly legal that are happening. And it's like, we can't get good, hardworking artists to America to showcase this music. It drives me nuts.
It drives me nuts because all we want to do is come out and play shows. Also, we're trying hard to.
I got to ask you about.
I would love to tour America. It'd be amazing. It's a dream of mine.
Oh, well, we definitely hope to make that happen. I got to ask you about the title track, Powerzone, which was the first single you released. And it's funny because that came out about the time that the new Top Gun movie came out. And I couldn't help but think this song would have been so perfect in that soundtrack. And I know that I think you posted some pictures maybe online that you were like around the Top Gun filming location, maybe in Idaho or somewhere. What's the story with that? Obviously you've seen the movie, but I always felt like Powerzone's would have been a perfect fit for that soundtrack.
I know. I feel like some of Crazy Licks tracks would have been a perfect fit for as well. I do like the fact that in the movie that they stuck to their guns. They played a lot of the songs that they had in the first movie with a few extra new added songs. But yeah, I'm gutted Powerzone wasn't in there because I was thinking the same.
Right.
It would have been cool.
Yeah, I think the whole Crazy Licks Forever Wild album and then the song Powerzone, we could have just stuck with that,
right? Silent Thunder, Crazy Licks would have been amazing as well.
What a 1-2 punch. I love the movie as it was, but my goodness, that would have added to it. So do you have any plans for any more videos before the release? We have a month till the release. Are there any more videos coming out, or what's the structure going to be here up until the release?
Without giving it away.
Fair enough. I think
that's still coming before the release. So
excellent.
That's all I'm going to say. Keep an eye out on my social media pages.
Yeah. And if you want to pre-order the album, want to make sure people have this opportunity, that they can go to your website, chezkane.com. They can pre-order the album through your web store. And I think that there's even a limited amount of signed vinyl copies. Are those still available if people want to pre-order?
Yeah, I haven't got many left. I'm currently at low stock now. So you can get them from the Frontiers web store as well. But I'm running a limited amount of CDs and vinyl that will be signed. So
amazing.
Head over there and get them now, because when they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to have to do that. You talked about the tour. It starts, I believe, October 27th here in the UK. What do you got going on kind of for the rest of the year? How many dates do you have? And is it kind of all over Europe? Are you sticking closer to home? What's the tour looking like? And do you have any plans for like any big package tours coming up? I mean, obviously you've done some shows with Crazy Licks. You came out and played some songs, I think with the band at one of the shows, maybe in the UK. So what else can people expect from the Chez Kane live performances here this year?
Okay, so my tour starts on the 27th of October and it's running over 10 dates across the UK. Which I'm in the middle of like crazily packing and getting everything together for that right now. So my stress level, but I'm very looking forward to it because it's my first headline tour. On from there, I go to Belgium, playing a festival called the All Star Fest in Belgium. Then after that, I'm going to do festivals in Norway and after that, then next year in January, I'm playing some shows in Spain. And then after that, I've got the Monsters of Rock cruise.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. You talk about a chance for American audiences to see. That's been the way to do it, is to go to these on the cruises. So that's tremendous. Chez, I hope that there's nothing but continued success for you. This is it harder for you now to get a set list together? You're headlining, you've got an album under your wings. Do you throw in some covers still? I don't want you to spoil the whole show, but what can people expect from a Chez Kane live performance, set list wise?
So I'm still not completely set on a set list yet. I always find it very hard because I never know which ones people want to hear, and I'm performing all of them. I'm like, what can I do?
Right.
But obviously, I've built up a bit of a following on YouTube as well, where I have done covers. So I do want to throw in maybe one or two if I can. But yeah, I'm still at the stages of setting up the set list before rehearsals start in a couple of weeks.
Oh, amazing. Can't wait to see
Yeah.
how the shows go down. Again, the album Powerzone, it comes out October 21st via Frontiers Records. Just tremendous. Chez, this has been an amazing experience to have you on. I know you've got a lot of interviews today. Hope you have a great time on tour. Hopefully we'll catch you here, if not the Monsters of Rock crew, somewhere out here in the stratosphere in America one of these days. You are truly one of the great up-and-comers. Thank you so much, and continued success, Chez.
Thank you so much for having me. That's so kind. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you.